Yo, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today is going to be a special day where I talk about stingrays. And right here, Marble Montero stingrays in this 180-gallon large aquarium. I've had it for about almost 2 years. And owning a stingray is one of the best experiences that you can ever imagine, is just having one yourself. And that's what I have here. And actually, I don't just have Marble, I have 4 other stingrays, and hopefully one day I start bringing stingrays. But I'm going to teach you, if you want to and willing to put in the time, the investment, and obviously the education, you yourself can own a stingray. So let's talk about how we can own a stingray. First thing I want to consider is aquarium size. First thing is, stingrays always are on the bottom of any aquarium, and that means the wider the aquarium, the better. So you want to stick between 24 inches and 48 inches wide. Long, obviously great. Hey, if you can go 96 inches long or above, that's what you want to do. So you're going to be about starting 180 gallons like he is in his first tank here. I have other larger tanks, but he's going to be 180, and as he gets bigger, he's going to go to my larger aquariums to give him more space, move around, and for sure you can own that. So aquarium size is always a tip. Now I'm going to go next is I'm going to show you about filtration and the best way to do that. So let's take a closer look at Marble Montero stingray, but you can see he's buried there. You can kind of look and see where he's breathing right there in that area, but he's about 17 inches long and about 10 inches wide. Well, one thing I said earlier about owning a stingray. Now, he's in a large 180-gallon fish tank, but one thing to consider is obviously how I keep it oxygenated. I got oxygen there, I oxygen there, also I oxygen there running into this aquarium. So if I take a step back, you can see how big he really looks. One thing as I get closer is temps. One thing to always worry about when you have a stingray is always keep the temps high. I typically run most of my stingray aquariums about 81 to 85 degrees in temperature. Now let's talk about filtration. I'm running 1, 2, and my third one right there is my FX filter. So I have 1, 2 FX4s, and I have another one which is the FX6. So these are the filters that I run. Now let's talk about media. In this FX6 filter right here, I have what's Super Bio FX media in the 3 trays. So 1, 2, 3 trays are going to be in this filter, and that's where the media actually is. This FX4 has only 2 trays. Each tray is full of FX6 media. Now you may be asking, what does that look like? What I mentioned earlier about media. So this is the media I actually use in each single tray. If you look close at the media itself, is biological media, is more porous. So the more porous the media is, like you see here, actually the more surface area you'll get, and that's what helps maintain the biological in my stingray aquarium. So more porous it is, the better it is. Each tray is filled with this. So far I covered 4 things. 1, tank size. Obviously, if you're going to get into the aquarium stingray hobby or aquarium or owning stingrays, the larger, wider the aquarium, the longer it is, the actually better for a stingray. Second thing I covered is temperatures. I keep my aquariums a little bit higher for stingrays, between 80 and 85. They like that temperature, they like warmer water. Third thing I covered is filtration. Obviously, I always over-filter my aquariums, especially stingray aquariums, because they produce a lot of bio load. The fourth thing I covered is the media. The more porous the media, the more surface area you have, and the more healthy biological filtration you have in that actual aquarium. So that's why he's in here. Now let's talk about one thing that's never really talked about in stingray, and owning a stingray, is water changes. Okay, if you own a stingray, depending upon how much volume of water you're moving and how big your tank is, but let's use my 180 as an example. In this tank, I do water changes every 2 to 3 days, and I have a marked here so I know how much water I'm actually changing out this aquarium. The reason why I do water that way is because, 1, I recognize my pH, what it is. I typically run 8.0 or 7.6 to 8.0 in my area. Over time, that pH level can drop in the tank itself, causing stingrays to gasp for air. Second thing is, stingrays produce a lot of bio load. I feed my guy Marble about twice a day, typically in the morning and also in the evening, with a combination of bloodworms, pellets, tilapia, and shrimp. the more healthier their diet, the better it is for the stingray. And that's why I change the water every 2 to 3 days to maintain the pH, keep my water quality pristine, and make sure he has a healthy room to grow out in this tank itself. So more important, water changes. You've got to make sure you're testing your water or have a chart ready, like I do. I have a chart ready, and I actually do water changes in this particular tank. I hope you got what you need as far as when to own a stingray and what you should do first. Obviously, tank size. The bigger the tank, the better for the stingray. Second thing being is filtration. Third thing being media. Fourth thing being water temps. And always test your water and make sure you do enough water changing and keep them really fed, and you can enjoy your aquarium or you can enjoy your stingray, because I love this guy right here and have him here. Now hopefully one day to breed him, he's always starting to get those little clapsers at the bottom. Oh, last tip is, how do I tell the difference between a female stingray and a male stingray? Very easy. Male has claspers, women have a slit, and that's how you tell the difference between a male and female. So don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit that like button, show you more about Marble, and I'll show you some glimpses of my other stingrays that I have. Thanks for tuning in.